Hey ladies, Drake has a song where he says, everyone who survived has survivor's guilt. So today I want to talk about the really ugly side of surviving hardship, which is survivor jealousy. Because you have overcome something that should have put you down permanently, because you stood up when you were knocked down 9 times, you got up 10. There are people in this world, people who are close to you, family, friends, acquaintances, coworkers, old bosses, old teachers, family. They may not be okay with you standing up and surviving the things that were supposed to sit you down. And I want to talk about this from the perspective of beautiful women, exoticals, because we have a unique experience. We are targeted because of how we look. And if you add the layers of being a blueprint, of being a chosen one maybe, of being someone who is just very magnetic and has a lot of star quality, you are almost always going to experience survivor's guilt and survivor jealousy. So let's first break down what survivor's remorse is or survivor's guilt is, and then we'll talk about survivor jealousy from a beautiful woman's perspective. When it comes to survivor's guilt or survivor's remorse, it is the feeling of feeling like you are alone and you don't have any allies once you overcome something that you were maybe not supposed to overcome. You have to understand, when you break out of a curse or some type of spiritual warfare, maybe people are trying to assassinate your character because of your beauty and they're threatened by you, so they're just pulling out all the stops. They're trying everything they can to destroy you, essentially. And in my opinion, spiritual warfare, smear campaigns, mental manipulation, which is witchcraft, that all has the end goal of you basically unaliving yourself or going crazy. Okay, there's no end goal other than to put you in the dirt. So when you do not allow these attacks from jealous people to basically end your life prematurely, you are going to have guilt of surviving because people are going to make you feel bad for surviving. And I know that is so crazy to hear. I know that doesn't make any sense at all, because what do you mean I feel bad for overcoming? What I mean is, when you survive something that someone was attempting to do to you to get you to basically not exist anymore, people are going to pull back their support, especially if you're dealing with like gang stalking, where there were multiple people in a group that were hoping that you would just poof and vanish. They're going to pull back their support. You're going to feel a lot of people perceiving you negatively. There's going to be a lot of heaviness that comes with you surviving, as if you surviving the thing that was trying to take you out wasn't enough, wasn't hard enough. It's like once you come out of that season and you're getting your glow back and you're shining again and you feel like yourself again, these people almost want you to feel bad for not looking like what you've been through and not wearing what you've been through as like a scarlet letter, almost like you're supposed to feel defeated permanently because of what you went through. And you almost feel this guilt, not purposely, but just because of how others are treating you, of like, wow, did I do something wrong? Like, am I shining too brightly now? Am I supposed to humble myself more, even though I just came out of a season of being super humble? Like, what am I supposed to do? And that's the sick part about survivor's jealousy, is that these people will project that guilt onto you of like, oh, maybe I should shrink myself down because maybe this thing that I went through was so ugly and so treacherous and so low that I shouldn't even have the audacity to stand up and shine again. And you feel guilty when you lose friends. You know, people will stop talking to you because they didn't expect you to get up again, or they didn't expect you to keep shining and glowing after what you've been through. So they're mad and they're gonna show it. And you almost feel this like, dang, I made it through all of the attacks, all of the witchcraft, all of the smear campaigns, the mental manipulation, all of the character assassination, and look what I get for it. I get betrayal, and I get people pulling back their support, and I get isolation. Is this really worth it? And you start to almost question your survival. Now let's talk about the survivor jealousy, okay? This is what happens when people see that you overcame something that you maybe shouldn't have in their book. Or maybe you went really far, further than they expected you to. You know, we talk about this a lot on this channel. People putting you in boxes, right? Like, I don't know why people do this, but they're always going to be disappointed when it comes to women like us, because you cannot put us in boxes. Yes, we may have a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, or even a bad year. Shoot, maybe even 2 years. But bad times don't last always. And the sick thing about these people is when you're stunning, and again, you have that triple threat going for you, you have that blueprint energy going for you, they already are banking on your downfall 10 times harder than the average person. So when they see you having a bad moment, it's like, yes, she's down for the count. Let me rub it in. Let me rub some salt in the wound. Let me really pop my stuff and make her feel jealous. Let me try to make her jealous of me. You know, have you ever experienced that? Like, people are jealous of you and threatened by you, but they want you to feel those feelings about them. You know, they do all these things because they've put you in a box. And then when your bad day or your bad season ends, and you're back to being your normal self, you're back to glowing and shining and being that star quality woman you always were, suddenly, now they're mad. Now they're mad because you were able to get up out of the muck and out of the treachery and out of the trenches. Why are you mad? Survivor jealousy is so strange to me. It's one of the weirdest things in our human experience, because what do you mean you're mad that I got up from what you were trying to bury me under? First of all, who are you to try to wage war on anyone's life? You know, this is where we have to like really unpack sociopaths and narcissists and just deeply insecure, deeply envious people, because that is a sin. Okay, there's a reason why it's one of the deadly sins, because it is a disease. It is a mental illness to be envious and jealous. These people really expected their attacks to stop what God had for you, or to stop your shine, your beauty, your happiness. Who are these mere mortals to think that they have that power? This is where it's like the delusion is almost like, it's very scary. It's very scary to see how deluded people are, to think that they have that type of power over anyone's life. And yes, their attacks sometimes can cause delays or stagnation, but ultimately, when you walk with the Most High, nothing is stopping your destiny or your purpose. And that's the thing that people really are mad at. Like, they're not really mad at you, ladies. They're mad at God. They're mad at God for having favor over your life. They're mad at God for having blessings rain down on you, despite their hellfire trying to rain down on you. Like, that's my response to anyone who is jealous of me living through something that was supposed to put me down permanently. Take it up with God. I don't know what to tell you. I kept my faith in the one true God, and He delivered me out of it, and I'm better for it now. Every lesson that I went through, every low point, every valley and low place was a place of me being prepared. It was a place of me transmuting energy and growing and learning and gaining wisdom. While you, on the other hand, were sitting back hoping that, I'm going to do this, 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 and that. And she's not going to be that star quality woman anymore. She's not going to be the blueprint anymore. She's going to forget who she is. She's going to lose all her potential. No, that's not how it works, honey buns. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break it to you. I am an overcomer. Okay? And it's so sick to see the amount of family that will pull back support once you survive. The amount of friends who will project and try to compete with you. Even though they knew all the ugly, horrible things you went through, they still want to compete with you. You know, because it's like, oh, how dare she stand up? How dare she get up? How dare she be better than me? Even after I put her through all these things, after I put all these word curses out there, even after I went and did this spell, after I went and did this witchcraft, after I went and did this mental manipulation, assassinated her character and lied on her and told rumors and spread lies and smear campaigns. How dare she? How dare she? Survivor's jealousy, ladies. You survived and you came out. Don't let you come out on top. Don't let you come out better than you were before. Oh my God, forget about it. Family, friends, acquaintances, people who you used to know, they're going to be on your body. They're going to be watching you heavy, but not liking anything or supporting anything. You're going to hear crickets. You're going to hear crickets because we wished you death. And here you are popping it, looking better than you ever did. Body T, face T, career life, relationship, happiness, glowing. How did you get here? How did you overcome that? All praises and glory goes to God. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? But this favor, and this is the thing with people that people need to understand about women who are connected to the Most High, we have a supernatural favor. And a lot of people don't notice that until they try to wage war on you as a beautiful woman, especially. Like, a lot of people take your beauty as like weakness or naiveness, and they try to like, pull a fast one on you. And they try to do something really snide and really ugly to you and really like underhanded, right? And they underestimate whose you are. And when I say whose you are, I mean who has a covering over you. They underestimate that. And then when they get dealt with, because that's what happens right after you pass the test and overcome what they tried to break you down with, once you overcome that, now they get judgment and they get dealt with. And that's why, ladies, when you overcome something that a friend or a family member tried to project onto your life, they will get dealt with shortly after. And then because they are getting dealt with, they think that you're like doing what they did to you. You know what I mean? Like, people are sick in the head. They think because they did witchcraft on you, they did all these weird mental manipulation, smear campaign, put you in the mud type of things that are all like basically witchcraft. They think because they get dealt with right after that by the Most High, because they are getting their judgment for putting their hands on you and putting their mouth on you and putting their warfare on you, they think that now you're doing something to them, like you're doing witchcraft to them. You know what I mean? They don't even take a second to realize, oh, wow, like she overcame something that 99% of people don't. Maybe she is just spiritually favored, and maybe I need to just leave her alone and stop playing with her and stop messing with her. But no, their ego can't take getting judgment, because usually they don't get judged. And that's when you'll see them try to like come back and spin the block and try to do more things to you. They're going to take more digs at you. They're not going to stop, because they think that you're doing the things that they did to you, to them in the spirit realm. It's very scary. It's very sickening. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, ladies. Drop it down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on survivor jealousy and survivor's remorse. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.